Hello Internet, my name is Persephone and welcome to my channel. As of recording this is day 2 of the World of Warcraft Midnight Beta. That's right, we're not in alpha anymore. And with that comes new houses to build. Welcome to number 50, Middle Girth. Yeah, I didn't pick the name. I joined a friends guild and they had already named the neighborhood, and you know what? It's out of my control. But this is what I've done with the outside of my plot. We're gonna go ahead and break it down of what I did and where and why. And then we're gonna decorate the inside together. We're gonna do a very quick overview of the outside of this is what I did and why. And then get on inside. I haven't done anything inside except delete all of the rooms that I had laid out on the stream I did yesterday. So first you land at the cornerstone and you come through and I have this little walkway. And I wanted to break it up to my front door and to my little sitting area. But first we have a fountain. Like, I kind of picture this as like a park. So I also have my little trash can, because every park needs to stay clean. And then over here we have my tree with my little friend in it. I had to add little special things around my neighborhood area so people had something to find. I built this little rock formation so I could sit and just look out and enjoy the view, because I feel like this is so pretty. I have my little friends here, the turtles and the hippos, and of course the lizards. But if you turn around here, there's actually a hidden chest underneath my deck, which I think is really cool. We come over here and we have my apple tree and of course the basket to pick the apples. Wanted to make sure that it felt full without feeling cluttered. We all obviously have a well. This is honestly just like a space space user. I just need something there to kind of fill in the space. And this is the area I built for my future pet. I really like this technique that I did in a previous build, so I redid it, but with a little bit different change. So I have a fountain shrunk down into a barrel as a water bowl, and of course the leaves have made another appearance. It's supposed to look like kibble, and I think it does. So you have food and water in our little dog area. So that's the outside of my house. You might think this was everything, but it is not. There's actually a little secret on the back of my house. I made this little sitting area. We have obviously the kite flying in the sky, but also I put a little guardrail so you wouldn't fall off and hurt yourself, some refreshments, and of course just decor. And this is an homage to my mother-in-law because she has a little table on her back porch with a water feature. So I wanted a little table on my back porch with a water feature. I think it looks really good, and it's again just really chill and fun to sit here. We have the wyverns up here to keep us company, and I even hung a basket off of the railing. But yeah, that's the outside of my house. So now that I've shown you all the little things that I put on the outside, it's time to build the inside. I'm gonna try not to do the same things I do every single time I build a house. So we're gonna try to do a little bit of new things and techniques. You can see that I genuinely removed all of the rooms. So I'm gonna go ahead and edit floor plan. I have this idea, and we're only needing one room for it. We're just gonna get the circle room. And yes, I did wait to record this so that I could unlock the evening circle room. Yes, I did. I couldn't help myself. So that is what we're doing. We're gonna build in just this one room. I have some ideas of what I'd like to do. So we're gonna see how much I can actually get done. Firstly, We need to change the walls here. These are not doing it. I think I'm going to go with the Belemeth. And I really like the cottage, so we'll do this. Belemeth with cottage walls. Yes. And then I guess we'll get the wood paneling to match and the floor. It just looks nice with the dark room. All right. So I'm gonna just tell you what I want to do. I want to try to build a treehouse, like essentially a house in a tree. I don't know what tree I want to use. That might be a good one. The apple tree sized up, and then of course we have the chestnut. I don't think the chestnut would work. I don't think that one would work either. There is this one that might work as well. How big can this actually go? Let's see. I don't think it's going to be able to get big enough. No, gosh, no. That is way too small. So like I said, oh, we have the laurel. Yeah, I think it's going to have to be an apple tree. So we have the Founder's Point apple tree or the Elwyn apple tree. It's definitely Elwyn. And we're going to do this one. We're going to go ahead and put it right in the middle. Make it as big as possible. All right, so basically, we're going to build in the tree. At least we're going to try to anyway. All right, first things first, I have to get myself up to the tree. So to do that, generally, I just kind of like put things to use as stairs. So this will get us up there. Just things to step on. And then we'll jump up here. We need something else. That is too small. I need something bigger. This bathtub is bigger. All right. We probably want to go a little bit higher. Can I like just clip this like this? All right. Let's get some platforms. We're gonna need structural. All right. My first idea was like put this in the tree, but I don't think the tree got big enough to be able to do that. So we're gonna have to build just the platforms like this. I wanted to be able to go higher, but just based on how hard it was for me to get up here, I don't think we're gonna be able to go higher. Let's see, let's pull this over here. We don't want to hurt the tree with the platforms. So we're going to have to build around the platforms. Maybe I can go a little higher. There's this one branch right here is what we're going to try to build in. No, I think I need to come lower. And we'll make it a little bigger. Because it's, again, it has to be a house or at least a bedroom. So we'll go ahead and do that. I think I used the Orgrimmar, so let's see if I can just continue with building platforms with the Orgrimmar one. What was the scale up that I did on this one? 145. Let's scale this up to 145 as well to match. Okay. We'll still need to build stairs to get up here. But other than that, I think we'll be able to do an okay job of making a treehouse. So obviously we're clipping the structural things through the tree. My thought process here is like when you build an actual tree house, you cut around the wood to fit the shape of the tree. And obviously these are planks, right? This is a wood plank floor. So me being the architect of this house, I am aware that I have the ability to cut the planks to fit. So in my mind, we've cut the planks. These are not killing the tree. These are cut planks that fit the tree. I think it's the only way that I'm going to be able to justify doing this. Okay. So we're going to need to scale this up. We're at 145, right? I think it's 145. I did just notice the sound or the music has stopped, which is kind of annoying because we need music here. I wonder what makes it loop. It's supposed to be looping right now, but it's not. Okay. Obviously, we don't want to make the treehouse too big because then it just kind of ruins the whole vibe. So we may just do 4 platforms, like 2 squares and 2 rounds, and see what it looks like once I'm up there. Um, 45. There we go. They're not lining up at like the same distance because it's clipping a little weird, so we're gonna have to move it funky. In, can I go out this way and this way? Does that match? That's pretty good. I might need to do 2 more round ones out there, and I think that would be the perfect size. So it's actually not going to be what's what I'm looking for? So what I'm looking for is it's not going to be balanced, but I think that's good because I don't think doing it exactly the same on both sides is the play. I think that gets boring, and I lost my field of visions. Let's see. Uh-oh. It's not letting me grab it. Oh, there we go. This is just gonna have to do. Scale to 145. Let's see. 140. I really wish they give us the ability to actually just like click the buttons and say, I want this to be 145. The slider, the new slider that they added is nice, but it's not perfect. Okay. There's that. And then we need 1 more. I like the idea of doing the round ones. The round ones look fun. And then we're gonna go 145. Sometimes I go here and it looks like bigger than the others and it makes me think I did something wrong. I'm very worried about why it looks the way it does, but I think it'll be okay. And we come down and over. Oh, we went too far over. Do I need to turn it? I might need to turn it. It may not be. No, it is lined up. It just doesn't, it's not fitting properly. Maybe the other one needs to get turned. Are you not lined up? No, you're lined up. I don't know. We're gonna figure this out. It'll be fine. See, now it's too far out there. I could just like, let's see. Ooh, I think we're good. I think we're good. And then this one might need to come down just a little. We're trying to line them up as perfect as possible. But it's not going to be perfect. All right. We got our treehouse platform. We're gonna remove our stairs. We actually are going to have to build actual stairs up because that's the only way we're getting up there. but I'm not quite sure how to go about that. I think we're going to use the back over here as where the stairs are going to be. I didn't get extra beams because I didn't think about this. So we may use like, can I turn this and use that as a, like as a ramp? Let's see. I know you can't size them right now. I don't know if they're going to give us the ability to size them back. What if I rampify it? That is not rampy enough. We need to, there we go. And then rotate. Ooh, okay, I don't know. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing right now. We're gonna get this, it's fine. There we go. And then let's go here and just, ooh, again, it's not moving at the correct angle. What if I, you know what, I just thought about this. What if I do it like this? And maybe slide it under the treehouse a little bit? So you can use it as a ramp, but it's not sticking as far out. So you can do like this. And then I just need something here to, like, I can jump up, but we don't want that. We want it to be like maybe cohesive. But this is looking promising. I could even do a secondary platform up here with the bed, like a loft of the treehouse. All right, we are going to go ahead. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this up so it actually lines up with the treehouse like this. And then rotate it just a little bit. Like, I think that's the wrong rotation, but I will make it work. We got this. Okay. There. And then I feel like it's lining up all right. Yes. So now we just need something to bridge the gap here. Maybe this is where you do stairs, like stairs to ramp. Let's see if we can do that. Let's see if we can do stairs to ramp. So we're just gonna place this like right there. We can always adjust these after. I'm just trying to get them. I don't need very many, like maybe 3 steps. And then we can get it onto, we can get this onto the ground. I just wish everything was lining up better, because I think that's my biggest annoyance right now, is that it's sliding at a weird angle. I don't know if that's because of me, if it's something I did. Maybe I'm building this at an angle. I guess that's not the worst thing. It could be worse, right? Okay, we need to come in here and then here. Okay, that like is too lined up. What did I do? Let's get rid of these beams. Let's try this again. We're gonna do, I guess I could do like a ramp to the ramp. Or you know what, better yet, we're gonna remove this. We're just gonna use these as our way to get into our treehouse. We're gonna build a ramp out of the beams. This works. And then we'll be able to like slide it. Oh, that would be it. I built the treehouse at an angle. I want to know why it's not working out pretty well. That's on me. Okay. I don't know how many of these we were gonna need, but we'll do this. 24-degree angle. Let's do 20. Can I get to 20? Okay. And then we're gonna go ahead and pull it up. And then build off of that and see what it looks like. I think that works out. Okay, so we're gonna do 20-degree angle. Oh, wrong way. 20-degree angle, pull up, and touch the tips. I'm gonna touch the tips. I might have wanted to make these bigger. Oh, you know what? I can do it I can literally, like, make a corner. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna take this, we're gonna turn it so it lines up here. And we're gonna do the same thing. And maybe we'll grow like another tree out of it. Well, let's get this done first and see. Oop, wrong way. All right. 20-degree angle. Nope, wrong way. Oh, and it was at 20. Oh no, okay. And we go up, over, touch, down, over. Okay. That sure is a beam. This is looking a little crazy. Obviously, I'm trying to build this in a timely manner so that I can make content out of it. I think if I were to be doing this as an actual build, like, well, this is an actual build, but like where I didn't have a time constraint of trying to finish it in a manner of which I can upload it to YouTube. Oh, come on. Oh my gosh. There we go. I would definitely make this a little bit better. Okay, do I want to scale them up a little bit? I'm not sure I want to use a... Okay, it can go down just a little bit. I don't want to use a 5th beam just to cover like a little bit of space. What if I just... What if I just cheated it like that? Let's see. Oh, I could even go down a little bit lower. All right, let's see. Can I walk up this to go into my bed? Oh, I could even move this over a little bit. Yes, and then here. And then I can actually move this a little bit more. Oh, perfect. Okay. So we actually want to take this over so it doesn't stick out weird. Okay. I think this works. I can like make a little path. I might want to make these bigger actually. What if I scale these up? I want the walkway to feel like I'm not about to fall off. So what if I take him to 150 and scale it based on 150 and then I take it down? This is fine. This is fine. We're figuring it out as we go. That's part of the fun, right? I'm gonna scale it up to 150. And then I might not even need that 4th beam. Scale down. Oh no, yeah, I don't even need the 4th beam. I barely need a 3rd. Dang, okay. I am still gonna make the ramp go this way because I think it has a cohesion of coming from the front door where you come around to the back and you get up into your house. It's a house within a house. So we're gonna go ahead and build this the best we can. All right, let's go down. We're gonna want to come out, I think, like this. We'll have to like watch our step, but let's see. Yeah, okay, we're in our treehouse. I think that's so cool looking. Okay. Let's see. We're We're gonna want some sort of walkway here. Let's see how many fences I have. I don't have a whole bunch. So if we use fences, we have to be strategic with them. I might save the fences for in the actual treehouse as like walls, and maybe just use some cobblestone. I want a like walkway from my front door to my treehouse. So what if I do this and then we pull it up just a little bit? Because I don't know why it sinks into the ground so much when you lay the cobblestone. I wonder if I want to make it smaller. I think I actually like it better smaller. I don't know how many I'm going to need to get from the door. So we'll just try this. Pull this up. And then down to 80%. All right. I think I definitely pulled it up too high. Yes. This can work. This can absolutely work. I'm gonna go this way to the stairs like that, or the ramp, I should say. And then we'll go ahead and just pull this here. That's at a really weird angle. So what if I like angled it a little more? What if I only put like some cobblestone? No, I think I definitely need the cobblestone to like make it look cohesive. So we're gonna go ahead and just angle it a little more. So, oh, you know what? We can have some of them smaller. And then it looks all right. I wonder if these are dyeable. Let's see if we can dye these cobblestone. You can. Okay, so we can change the color. We want it to look right, but not too crazy. I gave myself a lot of dyes. I have a little bit of every color. I don't know if I want to do like, I kind of like that color. Oh, of course I like bronze. I don't know why. I default to bronze basically every single time I dye something. Ooh, the brown is nice too. I kind of want it to match the brown of, that is literally the color that it is. The brown of this area. Ooh, let's see. You'd always go like a blue. Like an icy blue. Oh, that looks terrible. Oh, that one doesn't look bad. Of course, it's a lion's blue. We don't want that. Boo. Okay. We can go for a white. White would look all right. See, my worry is that, like, because this opening is so big, I need more cobblestone over this way. So what if we do bone white? I don't like that. Stormheim gray. It's a little bit different than the default color, but not super different. Just something. I like brass. I think I'm gonna do brass. Apply, and then let's get this as brass too. Apply. We're gonna go ahead and adjust the size because it is still at 100%. 80. You know what I can do actually? I'm gonna pull this to match this one. And maybe rotate it just a little bit. And then up at the mouth, I'm just gonna put extra cobblestone, like the ones that just kind of sit around. So make it like a wider thing of cobblestone. Just kind of place them willy-nilly so they kind of fill in the space. So you kind of have like a cobblestone landing. And then you walk into the path that leads to the house. I think that works out the best. All right, let's pull this up a little bit. I don't know why the default setting for cobblestone is so far into the ground. But we'll pull this up a little bit. I just realized I'm gonna have to use a lot of bronze dyes to make this look good. Okay. You're a little too high, so let's take you down here. You're a little too high. And then I can like change the size and the placement of a few of these. Let's like put you back here. Let's rotate you a little. And push you this way. Rotate you. Let's see if you fit this way, okay. Again, we're trying to just like make it look full and intentional to kind of cover up the fact that we're using cheater cobblestone, because that's basically what it is. The path that we're using is maybe like that. The path that we're using is like pre-made cobblestone, and it does kind of feel like I'm cheating, if I'm gonna be real honest. Because I have placed the cobblestone in previous builds one by one. Okay, that's not too bad. Let's push this just slightly here. Make sure it's not colliding over there. No, and then we just gotta deal with this one. I might make this one slightly smaller, just so it fits a little bit better. And this one might need to go a little down too. All right. There. It's not centered, but it's not centered. And then I might throw like a little one here. I wonder, I'm assuming these are dyeable as well. I don't like that they're not pointy. Oh, these are not dyeable. Only these ones are. That's what the little paint thing means. So we're gonna go ahead and take this one, and we're gonna make it small and kind of fit in here. So we'll take this down to like there. That's good. And then pull it up here. And kind of push it in. Just kind of fill in this area so it comes to a point to follow the path. And then we're gonna go ahead and light the path with torches or candles. I don't actually know what I have available right now. But first things first, we have to dye all these and use all of my good dye that I just spent so long making. But that's okay. That's what it's for. Thankfully, I made a buttload of it. And we're gonna go here. Here. There we go. Perfect. All right, let's see what kind of lighting we have to light our path. I didn't buy a whole bunch of duplicates of certain lights, but I have to have something that'll work. I do have string lights. I maybe can use fence posts and string lights to light the path, but I was thinking about the string lights like underneath, like along the edges of the treehouse, and maybe making a sitting area down here. I haven't decided yet, but that is an option. I could always line it with candelabras. That's a little too creepy in my opinion. We have to have something. Maybe something like these. Can I like do these and sink them into the ground so they're just candles floating like on the ground? I could. Okay. I could do something like that. Let's see. I could also put them on barrels and sink them into barrels. How many barrels do I have? I have a couple of the horned barrels. I could do those and just like sink them into the horned barrels, but I don't like the vibe. Let's see. I think our best bet is the fence post, but first things first, I want to go ahead and use these crescent moon lights, and we're just going to put them like right in front of these pillars. I think that would be a good use for them. We don't want to light it too much because, that kind of ruins the nighttime vibe. But Trying to make sure that they're even. I don't think they are. But maybe they pull out a little bit and we put flowers near it. I think that's a cool vibe. Okay. So we're gonna do you centered in that square and you're centered in that square. Okay. Let's see what flowers we have. I could always do like an archway or like a trellis leading the way to the... But I feel like I'm going to use the trellis to cut space here to essentially build a wall. Oh, shoot. Okay, put that back. If you ever accidentally pick something up and you don't know what you want to do with it. Oh, I could use the topiaries. If you ever pick something up and you don't know what to do with it, hit escape and it'll put it back to where you got it. I can line the pathway with the topiaries, like doing something like this. Kind of at a not even spacing, and then maybe do I have fence posts that I can put here that don't look terrible? I could do something like this. Do I pair the topiaries with fence posts on either side? I kind of like this vibe. I'll have to straighten them out. And then I need some sort of light still. I haven't figured out the lights. You can always do a stone wall here, make it bigger. I was like, it's my protection so I don't fall down. You don't want it too big, but we do want it to like essentially cover the walkway that we're totally not on. Okay. Can I make it a little bigger? I don't know if I want to use more than one stone wall. I could always like clip it into the ground. Let's see. Yeah, that looks not terrible. Is it covering the ramp? I think it is. There we go. Oh. Go into the ramp. I think it might be at an angle kind of and not covering it up all the way. Ooh, what if I flip it? I don't really love the point. What if I flip it? Let's do that. What does it look like? Oh, you know what? This might work. And then we're just gonna sink this into the ground. Look at that. It's our stone wall. This works. And then I can use this as a, ooh, as like a decoration of some sort. This is totally doable. We got this, guys. Oh my gosh. Okay. Should I pull it in more? Yes, I should. There we go. I like that. I still like this idea of the fence posts and topiaries. I think they need to be... You know what? Maybe if I pair fence post, topiary, topiary. So it's like this. It could be a vibe, like a more of a vibe. And then I have 2 extra fence posts that I can use over here as like the final one. These are obviously not spaced out perfectly. And I might want to turn them a little bit. But I like this vibe. Okay. It's not a lit walkway, but it's not decorated. You know, I might be able to shove the candles, the candles into the topiaries as a light source, because that's what I'm worried about. Is I want this to be like dark, but also lit, which totally makes sense. It does, I promise. Okay. I think the fence post should be brought up into a little bit larger size, like 130. If I could get there. There we go. Let's take this 130. 130. Yes, I definitely like them better at 130. Thick. I'm struggling getting them at the correct size. There we go. Okay. And then one more. And then I think the best thing for me to do is actually put like a bush in the little bend here. Right where the fence and the stairs meet. Okay. They are not like evenly spaced, but I kind of like that. It's like, it's fun. Okay, let's go back to our light source. Let's see if I can get, I could have always put like braziers through it too, but, oh, I wonder if I can get them in the, oh wait, that's, I can put these on the light, but I want to get them in the topiaries. Let's see. They are in fact a light source. If I put them in the topiary, how much can I hide them? Can you see them? Oh, no, you cannot. Okay, that's cute. Okay. We're going to go ahead and put them in the topiaries. I do not remember what I sized them up to, so we're just going to go with it. I think it was something like here. Into the topiaries. Have fun. I hope they give us different shapes of topiaries later on. I think that would be really fun, just to like have like a little like elephant or something. All right, scale up into the topiary. This is really fun. I'm having a really good time doing this. I haven't even really decorated my, oh, I forgot to scale this one. I haven't even really decorated my bedroom slash house. It's funny calling it my house because I'm in my house. Like I'm actively in my house, but I'm building a secondary house in my house. I feel like there's the taupe. I feel like the lantern. Oh yeah. Lantern is visible. Oh my gosh, that one's really bad. How did I do so poorly on the first two, but I was so proud of myself. Okay. Hide them in the topiaries. Okay. Perfect. That's beautiful. Okay. Let's get our bush for underneath the walkway. Let's go nature. Bushy, bushy, bush. This is a good one, duskberry bush. But I think I want something bushier, like maybe the Elwyn bush. Oh yeah, because this is giving like Scarlet Monastery graveyard vibes, and that is kind of what I'm going for. Except obviously this isn't a graveyard yet. Right, let's do some movement, and should I make it a little bigger and then sink it just a tiny bit? Ooh, okay, I didn't realize it had cut into my walkway, so maybe rotate it a little bit more. That's nice. Okay. The best part is going to be trying to clean up the edges of this room, because though this is beautiful, it doesn't have a clean edge, and we definitely want to make sure that that doesn't persist. All right. So we have a nice walkway up here. So now we have to design our actual room. I did say I kind of maybe wanted to do like a loft situation, like a room above the room. So let's see if I can get another one of the structural pieces up there without it looking silly goofy. Okay, so we're gonna take this here and we're just gonna yoink it up. It needs to be high enough to where if I walk under it, I can use the space underneath. So that's the goal. It's like, I'm gonna have to, oh, I'm gonna have to rotate it to make use of the space better. Or maybe I don't. I don't know. Let's see. Because it doesn't have to be in a way. I don't hate that. But do I want it to be at a crooked angle like that? I don't know if I do. I can do something like this. Is it more lined up with this, the edge here? A little bit more. There we go. And it's still walkable underneath. Now I just have to get me a way to get up there. Maybe make it just a little higher. Ooh, okay. What if I use the tree? What if can I like physically use the tree to get up there? Like I don't want to call it a jump puzzle because it's really not. I just want to see if I can climb the tree here. I can. Okay. Ooh, can't see. Now, can I place this as a way to where the tree can get me up here? I guess the platform could just be over here, and then I maybe put my bed over here. This is my bed platform in my brain. What if I put it like right here? Okay, this could work. And it looks like the branches are supporting it. That's the important part. Let's go around to the side. Oh yeah. And then I can like underneath have, I can even maybe scale it up a little bit. Yeah. Underneath I can have like a sitting area or like a mini library. I'm making this like a full house. It's not the first time I've made a small house, and it's not going to be the last. All right, let's see if I can get back up there using the tree. Because that's the idea. And then I can make like little steps. So it looks like my brain knows to go this way. Okay. Basically, I need to make sure that it still looks like the tree is cradling it, and it does. So we are all set with this being our little bedroom. I do want to put some fences so it doesn't, so I don't roll out of bed and break my head open. So we're going to go ahead and I could just use like this fence and make it smaller, but it's not aesthetic. It's not pretty. So let's try the browless fence. Yikes. Okay. So we're going to scale this down if I can click on it. Okay. We're going to scale this down, and we are going to use this fence, I think, but we want it small, almost like a bed railing. Ooh, this is going to be tricky moving it into place. We want it to make, okay, it's about halfway. So we're going to need another one of these, and we're going to flip it. And what is the size scale on this? 66. So we'll take this down to 66. All right. I'm pretty sure I picked the appropriate size, but we will find out. Basically, I have to put another piece of fence between them and hope that it fits. So that would be the Borealis fence post. I might need to change their size just a little bit. Okay. Ooh, we're all turned around. Okay, so we're going down to 66. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, they do not touch, but I can fix that. We can leave this as the size and just make it so they take up less room to the side. And so there's like a little hanging kind of thing where like extra is being used. So we'll go ahead and take this and go in and in and in, and then make sure it's not hanging off. Okay. And then we'll go boop, boop, boop. Okay, so that's like 2 squares, and that's only a square and a half there. But you know what? That's part of the charm. Oh, that's okay. So that one's not actually touching. So I can go back and bring this one in a little bit more, because that bottom bit wasn't touching. Okay. And then we're gonna go ahead and put my headboard of my bed up there. So let's see what bed works best here. I'm assuming like this one, and then I'm going to have to scale it down, right? Like this is too big. Well, it actually isn't too big. Like it actually fits all right, but I can also do the round bed. The round bed scaled down might actually be better. So we'll check out this one first. If I can click on just the bed. The tree is in the way. Oh, I am on the bed. So I'm gonna scale it down. Okay, so we don't want it too small. Just small enough to fit on this platform safely. So we're just gonna push it back into the corner. Okay, I'm gonna assume it's hanging off the side over here, but I can't tell. Might have to jump off. Okay, is it hanging off the side? Let me get back up there and see. A little, but genuinely not that much. Okay. I think the round bed works the best. All right, let's see. Let's pull it over here a little bit. Yeah, we just need it on the platform. It doesn't have to be perfect. All right, and it might be able to go a little bit into the fence post there. All right. So we're going to keep the bed. I like the round bed idea. Round bed on a square platform is just, it's giving circle goes in the square hole. And I like that. All right, let's see. I'm going to have to put, like I said, a step stool. We can use a shelf, I think, as a step stool. Now, which one is a aesthetic shelf? So like this one already has a turn in it. I wonder if I like use the shelf. Use the shelf. Okay, every time I try to turn it, it like tries to fixate on something. So we're just gonna go ahead and turn it like this. And I'm assuming I'm going to need to scale it down. So the shelf is now a stepping stool. All right, we're definitely gonna need to turn it a little more. All right, so this one, no. Nope. Nope. There we go. This one. Yes, that's the one I was looking for. Let's see if that works the way I want it to work. Okay, it does. I think I need to take it down a little though. Do I need like multiple? Maybe, and like clip them in? I don't know if I have two of this shelf. It does work. It does work as the step stool though. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this just for aesthetic reasons and kind of like clip it into the tree. No. Yeah, but like not as much. And then let's see if I can get a second one. Oh, I do have two. I do have two, so I could do... I could do two. Nope, not you. The blinking when I hover over the tree is starting to hurt my eyes. So we're gonna try to go a little bit faster. All right, so we're gonna do this. Okay, it's not quite as turned as I want it to be. All right. And then down. It needs to come up a little bit. And then in, up. Scale. It's a little small, or a little big, so scale. I can always just make it look like a magic staircase. It is kind of elfy. So, can I use the tree? I can. All right, I need one more step there, but I don't have another one of these, so I have to make do with maybe something elfy. So let's go culture and do elven and see what we can put in the tree to make this a stepping stool. I might be able to do like, this one is technically elven, but I don't know if it'll fit with this. So I need something purple or something that I can dye purple as a step stool. I can always like put this in the tree and dye it purple. Let's see. Let's see if I can do that. One thing I think is really funny is how many things I will neglect when doing a build because I think of a cool idea like this. That is like, arguably probably not that cool. Okay, I found an issue. Okay, that works out. Okay, well, if that works, I can actually do this and do multiple tables as floating steps. Like this type of situation. And let's do another one. And that way I can like hide it between the tree limbs so they're not so in the way. And we want them all to be floating because that is the illusion of like magic. Oh darn, do I need to make them bigger maybe, the round ones? Or that one needs to come down, I think. Oh, that one needs to come down. Well, that's one way to make it come down. All right, so we pull up and over. I basically brought it up to where I was already standing. So let's see, 1, 2. Okay. I can like jump into it. Maybe this one comes up just a little bit more. I know they're not going to work 100% like stairs, but it would be cool if they did. Let's see. Maybe pull you up just a little bit more. I mean, I have the tables, so as long as I can have them working properly, it should work fine. Maybe I bring one table here. I do one more table here. And it works like stairs. Perfect. Okay. Now I just have to dye them. Now I felt, okay, that is going to be an issue if I'm having trouble walking around the tree. Because this is like my only way around here. Because this was my way through, but I'm now using it as stairs. So I need, honestly, I may need to pull out like some sort of space maker. I don't necessarily want to move the whole platform structure, but what if I like add something there? What if I just like put like a beam as like an additional don't fall off your house? And then I can hang something from it to make it look intentional. Just give myself some extra space. That is actually a good idea. Let's see. Oh. Let's go ahead and move this because, yeah. I didn't realize that it was thinner than my platform, it looks like. So let's try this again. Oh, is it? Maybe just a tad bit. Okay. I'm trying to connect it to a point where it doesn't have a bunch hanging off the round part. Just nestle this in. All right, so it still gives me the ability to like walk around without falling off and bumping into the tree. And if I hang something from it, like I said, it'll look intentional. I am gonna make it just slightly bigger because I am right. It doesn't quite fit to match the size of the beam. So then I can take this down, like this, and then move it out just a little bit more. I'm thinking I do a drape here and then put something behind the drape. Like maybe the drape blocks like a little sitting area. So let's see, curtains. Technically they're curtains, but I do have dyed curtains, but I don't like those colors. So we have to make sure that these reach the ground. If they're going to be covering something, they need to be reaching the ground. So let's go ahead and make them bigger. We may need a second beam, but that's all right. We'll figure that out when we get to it. Okay, so that's the drapes hitting. Ooh. I don't know where my drapes went. I think I pulled too hard. That's all right. All right. So let's make them, like I said, slightly bigger. Touch the ground because you're supposedly hiding a surprise. Not really a surprise, but like a secret. So I need you to touch the ground. Okay. Do you want to pull them up, make them a little bigger? Maybe 225? Okay. All right. There. We're just trying to make sure it's touching the beam. It's like not, but it's almost, maybe it is. Okay. So it looks all right from this angle. So we do need a second beam just to make this look cohesive. So let's go ahead and grab the beam. Structural. Beam, 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 beam. We found a beam. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and lay it on top of the other beam and then just do all of the changes that we need to do to match the other beam. Okay, so this one is 107. So let's take this to 107. And then we just kind of fiddle with it until it lines up the way we want it to. I'll pull it out just a little bit. How? Okay, it's like basically at the end of the curtain rod. Okay, so let me take this down. We'll have to put like a rug here to cover this up. We do have some nice rugs. Maybe there's like a purple one. Yes. Where is my rug? Oh no. I'm having trouble because I'm trying to place it in an apple tree. That one doesn't have straight edges though. We want one that has straight edges. So honestly, maybe this one with the frayed edges will look really nice. So you want to rotate it. Okay, make it slightly bigger. We don't want it too big. We're just kind of like covering up. Think of it like a sprinkle, where this is housing sprinkles. We're covering up imperfections with a rug. Let me just go ahead and lay it right on top. Uh-oh. We may have to pull the beams up a little bit because we don't want them floating like that. We want it to look cohesive with the rug. We want the rug to look intentional and cover up the mistake. I'm might want to just take the rug all the way to the max. Yeah, okay. Do I need to pull the... Yes, I do need to pull these up. Intentional. This is one of those things that like most people won't even notice, but I notice and it'll bug me. Okay. You can still kind of see it. I can always pull the curtains up too. But it is what it is. All right, let's make sure our stairs still work. All right. We need like a little side table here. We already used a lot of tables for stairs, but we have some side tables that will make like, you know, my little bedroom needs a table. I can't use the one I used for stairs because that would look silly. We can do a square one because we did round tables as stairs. I know there's like some dyeable tables. Did I not pick any up? I may not have picked any up. Maybe they're locked. I know we had access to them on alpha. So maybe they were locked to alpha or like from a decor quest. All right, so we're gonna make this smaller. It's just my widow side table. It's so cute. I will say, if I don't find a table that I think looks good, I may have to go to a different bed. I really liked the idea of this bed because it's so comedic to have it in this location. But like I said, if I can't find a table that fits okay here, I may change bed types. Okay. I can actually maybe go a little bigger. I just want to make sure it fits all right in the space without clipping into things. All right. I think that works out okay. So we're gonna go ahead and dye this. Let's see what color. Ooh, wait, that looks really good. Okay, so let's change. We should have some blue in here. Maybe not that piece. I think the blue should be the front. The zebra's blue, and then I think I should get some teal in here. Like vortex teal, maybe? Yes. And then for this one, something a little lighter. No, that's too light. Kirin Violet. I might, you know what? I'm going to switch the Zevra's blue and the violet. Does that look cute? You almost can't even see that there's even any teal on it. Let's see if I changed this. Ooh, gosh, no, that's terrible. Okay. We're going to put that at Zevra's blue, this at Vortex teal. Ooh, no, okay. This at the purple, and then this at the teal. That could work. I'm going to go ahead and apply this. I pressed cancel, didn't I? Yes, I did. All right, so what did we decide? We decided on violet, blue, teal. Maybe switch the teal and the violet. There's like not enough purple at that point. I'm gonna do the blue and then just do violet, violet. No. Violet, blue. No. Violet, blue. No, because then that's too... that's what I want. Blue, blue, purple. There we go. Apply. All right, now we need something to put on the table. We can do something like silly, goofy like this, but I think more along the lines of thematics. So we're going to go ahead and do my signature barrel with, oh, we can do this, the Moon Blessed barrel, because it's like, it fits the vibe. So we're going to do barrel with flowers. We're going to take this down to like this. Push this into the corner like this. Make sure it's not clipping. It's not clipping on the wall, but I kind of feel like it's not sitting on, oh no, it was sitting on the table. Okay. And now we need to put some floral in here. We could do the blue because that's blue and, oh, you know what? I think that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to make these smaller though. We're going to do blue and purple because that's our vibe. Blue and purple. Let's go. I did not expect this was gonna take this long, but it's fine. All right, let's do, where's the purple? There's a few purple options. I've seen people make the tree really small. So we're gonna try that. Like take this and make it real small. Is it too big? It's too big, okay. I think we need to go with the roses, unfortunately. We're gonna turn them a little bit. Make them smaller. We can always adjust the size after we get them situated, but that actually might be like the perfect size for the situation. Let's see. Because we want the blue and the purple to go together well. Do I have different blue flowers, or are those the only ones? I have like the blueberries. No, I think the ones that I have are the best option. All right, and then I definitely want to make sure that I put something else on this table, not just, there's the lamp. I don't want it too, it is nighttime, so I don't want it too dark, but also a lamp makes sense. There's the lantern. The lantern. Yes, okay, get out of here, you silly lamp. We're gonna do the lantern. We can always like hang the lantern from a branch or like set it in the tree. Like make it part of the aesthetic of the tree. The tree. Okay, I don't know where that just went. You gotta be careful when you're placing things to make sure you don't just yoink it off the side of your map, because depending on the angle that you're at, it can do that sometimes. I might just like place it in the tree, like right here, and then rotate it a little bit. And that's like it's like a nightlight at that point. All right, and then we need like a drink for our table. I think that's what we need. Accents. We can just get the full drink set, but I think that's too many. We can do, let's see, what can we do? We can just put some snackies. I think the flowers are just going to have to be good enough right now while we deal with the rest of the house. Yeah, I don't want to do too much. I don't want to do too much. That's a good good, oh, I guess I have this drink here. Let's go put this, let's go put this one up. Running around the house in first person is a little silly. I don't know why I'm still in first person. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and set this right here. And we're actually gonna make it a little smaller because compared to everything else, it's a little big. There we go. All right, so that's our bedroom. I would like to get the lantern to look like it's hanging from the tree here, but I just don't think it's feasible. Do you want to add like an extra pillow just cause? Maybe like off to the side down here. Like it rolled off. I actually like that. It's like, I need this one, I think. Yes. And then we go ahead and just pull it in this way. And yes. I know this is dyeable, but I don't know what color I would change it. I kind of like... if anything, I would just change that to like a blue. That's not terrible. The teal and blue. It matches the rest of the bedroom. Or not teal and blue. The teal and purple. It matches the rest of the bedroom. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. And we're gonna go ahead and I almost forgot to dye the stools. So that's like a silver and purple. So we'll go like light purple like that. And then I know there's like a dark iron. Ooh, that is perfect. Is there a better purple that would go with that? Let's see. That dark iron color though might be exactly what I'm looking for. Let's see, there's storm steel, that's too light. Kirin steel's too blue. The dark iron matches almost perfectly. Iron claw is like too brown. There's dark wood, but that's... I think dark iron is the closest. And then like, of the purples, none of them are blue enough. Like I could always go blue here. You know what I could do? I could go purple and then blue and then purple and then blue. Or like the teal. That actually might be a good idea. Let's do that. Let's do this. And then like we'll do the purple and dark iron. Apply. I like this. Teal and dark iron. Apply. And then purple and dark iron. Apply. Okay. We have our floating stairs. You know, I can probably hang a painting right here. Let's see if I can get this on the wall. Or on the tree. So we're gonna need to adjust. This is the worst part. Okay. What if I like put you there and you might be easier to manipulate? Like this. Nope, I want you to come out. And you go down and over and in. It's like hanging from, we want it to look like it's hanging from the tree. But I don't want to hurt the tree. Should I like twist it a little bit? Probably. This video is gonna be so long. I'm so sorry. I'm having a lot of fun. And I know maybe not everybody will watch it, but for any of you who are watching this and are enjoying me making weird mistakes while decorating my house, thank you. I appreciate you being here. Okay, that's cute. It's kind of like hung a little bit lopsided. All right, this is where we're gonna build like a little library, I think. So we need a bookcase. I know there are some short bookcases. I can just go with one that already exists and like scale it down. A pre-cluttered bookcase, I think, in a build like this is the best because I can, I don't have to worry about like what items are going to fit and where I can get them. I can just put the bookcase where I need it to be and move on. I am gonna go ahead and set a rug here. Like I said, if this is gonna be a library, we're gonna make it a little cluttered. I'd like to be able to leave the bookcase just like where it is, and if I need to be able to walk through here, wait, no, I can't walk there. Should I just cut? No, you know what? I'm just gonna cut this area off. I guess I could put like something there, but I think this works better. There we go. Okay. Because I do want to have a little bit of my own clutter, I am going to go ahead and put a candle that I know I have on this bookcase, because I think it adds just a little bit of not so much like matchy to it. And then I know what rug I want to put here. So there's this one here that you cannot see because I'm going to have to pull it from somewhere else. But I think I want this one. Yeah, this is apparently how we have to build into this treehouse, but it's fine. We will make it work. Just gonna push this right back into the corner. We can dye this, so we're gonna go ahead and change some of the color to teal. It already has a little bit of a teal accent to it, but I want it to feel like very tealish, that it was like made for this space. I also want the circle to fill up the space because there's only so much room, and I want to make sure I'm using it to where it feels like, you know, it's a nice cluttered usable treehouse. All right, let's dye this first. Is this not dyeable? I thought it was. Am I misremembering? No, it's dyeable. I'm just apparently not. What if I click it and then hit the dye option? Nope, it switches it. Can I hit the rug perfectly? I might have wanted to dye it somewhere else. It's okay if we can't dye it. It has teal on it. It works. All right, I'm gonna want to put some crates over here. I'm gonna put some crates between the tree and the library. We're gonna shrink this crate so it gives it a little bit more dimension. And then maybe put like a chest on top. What chest do we have? There's this one. It's very elven. This one's really big. Holy moly, that's huge. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and shrink this. And pull it up. And maybe, you know what? Let's rotate it so it looks like it's purposefully using the space between the tree and the chest. Is it touching the chest down there? Yes. All right, I'm gonna make it a little smaller just because it is hanging off a little bit and it looks a little weird to me, but that's fine. That's cool. Okay. I think that works out really well. I want just one more little piece of clutter here, but I don't know what I want. Like, let's see what we got. I could always just like put this here. My brain goes to some sort of light, but like I said, I want to embrace the darkness a little bit more, and I feel like I'm making it too bright. So let's put the backpack, like lean it up against the chest. So let's rotate this and push it back like this. That's cute. Okay, that's great. All right, so in our little mini library, I do want to put like a chair in here. And I like this too, so we're gonna take one of these as well. But what chair? I don't necessarily want to just go for the elf chair because one, I don't really like the straight back. I think I might take a dyeable chair and just match it to the rest of it. Like, this armchair looks really comfy. So what if we do something like this? Pull this up so it's not sunk into the rug. And then we're actually gonna make it a little bigger. Because we want it, like I said, we want it to feel comfy. Push it like this, and then let's dye it. So which part of this? So I don't love that, so we're gonna go something like, what is the wood? It's like a light wood. So we're gonna try to match it to the bookcase, but not too matchy-matchy. Like that's maybe a little bit more brown. I like the first one I picked. Which one was that? Was it the mesquite? Yes. All right. And then let's check the other two dye channels. Oh, that's like those. So let's go teal. And then I'm assuming this is going to change the stripe. Oh, what if we do teal to get some teal into it that way? And then we'll do purple buttons. Apply. Perfect. All right. So I'm going to pull this up. I'm pretty sure this is dyeable. I'm going to assume it is because I was pretty sure that's why I picked it. So we're just gonna make it slightly bigger. Oh, maybe it's not dyeable. Was I wrong about it being dyeable? Oh wait, I was wrong about it being dyeable. All right, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna put it over here. Nonetheless, we're still gonna use it. I just don't want it near my teal. So we're just gonna put it right there. And then I feel like it needs clutter on it. And when I don't know what to do for clutter, I've been using the cushions. So we have the round ones, but I like the idea of doing a square cushion on a round thingy-mabobber stool. So you can see the purple peeking out, and we're going to go ahead and dye it. And this is going to be the teal that I wanted. Yes. Apply. This is turning out really well. All right, let's see if I can hide a few more like books and little things in it. All right, we still have a lot of this room to go. We may have to stop and like finish this at another date because I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to do this all in one video. We're already at an hour and a half and there is so much more I can do. It's just, that's just how in-depth housing can be. I was doing this earlier and like decorating, I mean, and I spent like 7 hours on the outside of the house that I showed you. The start of this video where I was showing the outside, that's 7 hours of work. Can I get this rug at a place where I can actually see it? I want this rug. Where your character is matters when trying to move things with these arrows. It's really annoying. Let's see. Haha! I got my rug that I wanted though. Where did we come up? We came up here. Okay, I know what I want to do. So we're going to take this and rotate it and kind of just like shove it over here. And then we're going to take this and maybe like build a little privacy area. And like this, I don't know what I want this to be, but I want it to be something. So you come up and like this is a little front room. I can make this privacy screen a little bigger. I have a couple of these and because, you know, it is my treehouse, I can use more than one, but this will be like our living room. I'm going to put a little kitchen over here with like a stove or maybe, yeah, a little stove, or maybe I make this the kitchen. Because I just need to make some cooking areas and like this is a front room. I'm definitely not building a bathroom in this one. There's just not space. And that's okay. All right, so this is a night sky. So oh, this should be in the library. Let's go put this in the library. The fact I'm calling one bookcase and like a chair the library is kind of funny, but it's fine. Oh, we need a table in here. And then maybe some more books. Can I like shove a little table or a little bookcase right here? If I use like this one and like nestle it into the tree at an angle, I can dye this and then make it look like it's on purpose. What if I like, can I push this farther into the floor so it doesn't take up so much space? Yes, I can. And now the chair looks like it's floating. There we go. All right. This comes up and out. I don't necessarily want to make it change size. I think that maybe just a smidge smaller, like that. And then we're gonna go ahead and dye it. I'm gonna go the mesquite brown and like, I guess like a gold or a sungrass yellow. Ooh, the yellow is terrible. Gold, that's too gold. What other gold do I have? Zandalari gold. I have brass. Honestly, the brass and the brown look the best. Bronze. Ooh. Bronze is nice. Copper. Copper's too dark. That's just plain gold. What was the one? It was up here, right? Sungrass yellow looks terrible. It was brass. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and apply this. And now we're gonna fill this with books. Books. Okay. I did buy some of like the book sets. So we're gonna go ahead and just like set them on there. And then I'm gonna be able to put like knickknacks there. Can I fit this whole? I might have to shrink this, but I want a whole line of books here. They're just little books, that's all. Let's see, shrink, 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 shrink. There we go. Okay, those are cute. They're like, they remind me like little kids' books in a cute way. Okay. Can I get them like just slightly bigger, like maybe 60? Yes. All right, and then we're gonna move them like this. Can I go to 61? I want them to look like they're filled, they filled the shelf, like that. That's exactly what I want. And then like on the bottom shelf, I can put like this stack of books that's absolutely ginormous. Let's shrink it. Up. In. Do we need to shrink you again? I definitely do. Let's see. I need to maybe come in at this angle. All right, let's shrink it a little more. All right, let's see. Clipping, okay. There we go. And it's not clipping into the tree, is it? No. And then, like I said, knickknacks. Oh, maybe, you know what? I need to move one of these to the other side of the shelf. I think it's this one that needs to go to the other side of the shelf. Yes. And then I can put little knickknacks there. I might move the candle down. Or maybe put it over here. Like maybe right here is a good place for this candle. So then I can put knickknacks or like an open book over here. Ooh, that's huge. That's... Oh, I had another set of those. Okay. We didn't want to do 2 of those though. That would have been bad. Well, it wouldn't have been bad, but it just wouldn't have looked as nice. So we're going to go ahead and grab this, and I'm wanting it to go here. So we're going to just like shrink it. Because why not? Shrinking a book. Ooh, I can like make it lean up against the scroll, kind of like it's just sitting precariously in the shelf. Is it clipping through the back of the bookcase? I think it is, or at least it's slightly clipping. I don't think that's what I want. I think I can get away with, we're gonna move this over here for clutter. And then I'm gonna put an open book on this shelf and shrink it. I think that's the best thing for clutter right now. I can't fit it super far in because, oh, I can lean it up against the tree like this. And then we're gonna rotate it like this. And then pull it up. And so then it's like using the tree as support. Barely. Kind of. We can rotate a little bit more and then there. Okay. We have so much more to do on our treehouse, but it is very late for me already, and we're over an hour and a half into our treehouse build. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and call what we have there as a great start. Oh my god, I never dyed the curtain. As a great start, and what we'll do is I will finish this build in another video. So it's gonna have a part 2 of actually finishing this setup for our little nighttime treehouse. I am so pumped. I am so pumped to finish this. I genuinely did not expect to be able to pull this off. I thought I was going to start recording this and have to throw this whole build away, that I was not going to be able to do it. It was going to become trash. So I really appreciate you guys watching this, sticking with me. If you saw me do anything that you're just like, Persephone, what are you doing? Why that's so stupid, that's so ugly, please let me know. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button. If you want to see more videos by me or part 2, make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to comment any questions, compliments, or concerns you may have down below.